morning, KSAT will be live streaming 2 high school esports events. SamSat will host an event including students from all over the area. Northside ISD will be hosting its fall championships. Both of those events are Saturday morning, and you can watch them live on the BGC app, KSAT Plus, or KSAT.com. Ahead in our next hour of GMSA, nonprofits across San Antonio say military families are more likely to feel grief or isolation during the holidays. It's why they say community support is the best gift you can give. Plus, the Spurs could make some unfortunate history tonight in front of the home crowd at the Frostbank Center. We'll explain before 7 a.m. And up next, a woman is in over a violent dog attack that happened this summer. What we've been able to learn about this case. Taking a look outside the roads with TransGuide. Traffic is picking up. Really not seeing too many incidents out there, but it's, by 6 a.m. things really start to pick up. Justin Horn will keep us posted, and Mike will give us the forecast for the weekend. We'll be back.
Live from KSAT 12. Good morning, San Antonio starts right now.
Good morning, rise and shine. It is 6 a.m. and not as cool as it has been all week. You'll definitely notice when you step out the door this morning.
Good morning. Happy Friday. We've made it to Friday. It's December 8th. So happy to be with you this morning, Steph, for a ladies show.
Yeah, ladies show. Yes, good to have you on this Friday morning. It's the best day of the week.
It really is. Ladies show featuring Mike Osterhage and Justin Horn.
The ladies shows with the backup singers, me and Justin out here. So, yeah, you step outside this morning and you're like, what happened? It's not December anymore, but that will be changing tomorrow. Today, however, yeah, it's just very, very warm and humid. Beautiful view of that the Christmas tree right there at the Concord Plaza, and smokestacks at the quarry dressed up in blue in honor of Hanukkah. Happy Hanukkah began at sundown last night. Also, notice the flashing lights there. That's 281 southbound. Justin's going to have more on that incident in just a couple of moments. Visibility, a little bit of fog is showing up around Castroville right now. Elsewhere, not bad. And there's a ton of humidity out there, as we were talking about. And these temperatures, this is the normal high right now, 66 degrees. That's where we're at, even low to mid 60s in portions of the hill country. Mold is on the low side. The updated count's going to be coming out at about 7:30 or so, right around there. And throughout the rest of today, temperatures aren't going to be moving all that much this morning. A lot of clouds this morning and some of that fog, a little bit of mist as well. Just kind of watch that. There's been some of it in and around town. Nothing too heavy to show up on radar. 72 degrees today at noon. We'll see some sunshine mixed in with the clouds later on today, and it's just going to be warm or basically hot and humid. I mean, temperatures are going to be anywhere from 10 to 15 degrees above normal with all that humidity. Stays humid overnight tomorrow morning to start off. Then the front's going to move through about noon. It's going to get windy and it will get colder. All those details coming up in just a couple of minutes. Traffic Authority. So, Justin, that problem on 281 southbound?
Yes, it is. You pointed out that crash. Yeah, along 281. We're not seeing it on TransGuide, but I'll show it to you where it is on the map coming up here in just a second. First, let's take a tour around town. And I can tell you that you're not going to find anything here on TransGuide that shows any crashes, but you have a couple slowdowns. So that 281 incident, it's right near the quarry. Kind of right in that bend right there. 2 lanes are closed, southbound. So far, it's not caused a lot of backups here along 281 south, but it could here over the next 15 to 30 minutes. So be aware of that. Looks like you'll just have to get in the far left lane, get around this. Keep in mind, when you're passing an incident like this or any first responders there on the scene, you got to get over a lane or slow down for the safety of those dealing with these crashes. Meantime, there is another issue there on 410 southbound. We've been pointing this out. Still not seeing any flashing lights or anything. This may be some construction or some folks getting rerouted here, but 410 southbound, a little bit of a slowdown there near Medina Base Road. Down to about Ray Ellison, then you'll get past it pretty quickly. So those are the 2 incidents that we have going on. Again, we do have some closures along 1604 this weekend that we want to pass along. Friday, 9 p.m. to Monday, 5 a.m. Both eastbound and westbound lanes, at least portions of them there along 1604, will be closed down for construction. So know there will be some slowdowns there. On the northwest side, both, starting Friday through early on Monday. Sarah, Steph?
Thank you, Justin. To an active silver alert. Have you seen this man? Now, the Harris County Constable's Office in Houston is searching for 84-year-old Harry Jenkins. They say he vanished on Wednesday afternoon around 2:30 p.m. on Idlebrook Drive in the Lakewood area of Northwest Houston. He's about 6'2", has gray hair and hazel eyes, and was wearing a brown vest, long sleeve shirt, red plaid pajama pants with suspenders, and black and gold Crocs. He was also driving a white 2014 Toyota Camry with a license plate MWB 8729. If you know where he could be, you are asked to call the Harris County Constable's Office. That number is on your screen right now. It is 281-376-3472.
The Texas Department of Public Safety has cleared its own border personnel of wrongdoing. That's according to the Texas Tribune. The DPS Office of Inspector General launched an internal investigation over the summer based on the claims of a DPS employee. That employee highlighted several concerns about the treatment of migrants in an email to a supervisor. Those claims reportedly include being told to push people back into the water and finding several people hurt in the razor wire along the Rio Grande, including a 19-year-old woman having a miscarriage. The DPS internal report disputes those claims.
And to a developing story that we're tracking this morning, the ongoing battle over an emergency abortion here in Texas.
As ABC's Rhiannon Alley reports, a judge has issued a ruling, but that may not settle this case.
This morning, the Attorney General of Texas is warning doctors not to comply with the judge's decision that allows one woman to move forward with an emergency abortion.
I am going to grant the temporary restraining order.
Kate Cox wiped away tears as the judge yesterday ruled she can be exempt from the state's abortion ban. Earlier this week, she sued for an exemption after doctors said her 20-week fetus has a severe abnormality and virtually no chance of survival. They said continuing the pregnancy could put her health at risk and prevent her from getting pregnant again. Texas does ban abortions outright, but there are exceptions, including to prevent major bodily harm or to save the life of the mother.
I could see in this case, surely I would qualify for that exemption. So my doctor told me that I did not have that option in the state of Texas. I was shocked.
The state wanted doctors to provide more evidence that Cox qualifies for an exemption.
The plaintiffs have not shown that they will suffer an immediate and irreparable injury.
The judge rejected the state's argument.
The idea that Ms. Cox wants desperately to be a parent, and this law might actually cause her to lose that ability, is shocking and would be a genuine miscarriage of justice.
But this legal battle may not be over yet. In a letter to the hospitals caring for Cox, Attorney General Ken Paxton argues the judge is not medically qualified to make this determination and says the judge's decision would not excuse the hospital or the doctors from facing charges, including first-degree felony prosecutions. Cox's lawyer did not respond when asked whether the hospital will deny her an abortion, telling ABC News fear-mongering has been Ken Paxton's main tactic in enforcing these abortion bans. Rather than respect the judiciary, he is misrepresenting the court's order. Rhiannon Alley, ABC News, New York.
Back here at home, the woman you see in this graphic is in jail in connection with a violent dog attack that happened this summer. 32-year-old Danielle Henderson was arrested almost 4 months after investigators say her dog attacked 76-year-old Max de los Santos. Now, this happened back in August on Fieldgate Drive on the west side. De los Santos was seriously hurt and eventually had to have both his legs amputated. According to Animal Care Services, 2 dogs were euthanized after the attack. Henderson is charged with a dangerous dog attack resulting in serious bodily injury.
6:08 and 65 degrees.
After the break, a brave young mother tells us her story on surviving domestic violence and how anyone can ask for help. That's next in just moments.
Okay, it's muggy outside when you step outside right now at 65 degrees. That's not going to be the case. We have a cool front coming in this weekend, even dipping down to possibly freezing temps come Monday morning. Mike will have our forecast when we come back.
And welcome back. It is 6:12. At KSAT, we spend a lot of time telling the stories of domestic violence survivors. But in Courtney Friedman's series, Loving in Fear, one group of survivors has been hesitant for years to tell their stories until now.
Migrants are often threatened that if they look for help, they'll be deported. Courtney sat down with a brave young mother who wants other migrants to know you can ask for help.
This silly, relaxed freedom is a new feeling for these girls and their mother, who we are keeping safe by hiding her identity. Her husband is in jail on a felony charge accused of trying to kill her 2 months ago. They're both from Colombia and moved to the United States, leaving all family behind.
We know that isolation is one of the key things that an abuser does, and you feel like it made that worse?
She said it was worse, a lot worse. It was physical. He would verbally put her down, and it was also sexual assault.
Magali Garcia is her case manager at the Battered Women and Children's Shelter and says her abuser often threatened to get her deported, something her staff says almost always happens to immigrant victims.
She said that was very scary because he has a lot of enemies in Colombia, and if she had to go back, then that puts her and the daughters in danger.
2 months ago, when the abuse hit a peak, police arrested him and took her and her daughters to the shelter. That's where she learned about the abuse she's endured, focused on mental health, and found a way to smile again.
She's learned that not only it wasn't her fault, but they've empowered her to recognize that she can do this on her own.
I can see in your face. I can see that.
They're already working on her immigration status and getting a work permit so she can contribute to the community that saved her life. And to any other immigrants suffering in a prison of silence, she promises freedom is possible.
She said you have to look yourself in the mirror and learn to love yourself. They tend to make you believe that you're not worth anything, but that you are.
If you are in this situation, please reach out to Family Violence Prevention Services. There are translators and so many services available to you. The only qualification you need to be here at the Battered Women and Children's Shelter is to be a survivor of domestic violence. Courtney Friedman, KSAT 12 News.
Thank you, Courtney. If you or someone you know is in an abusive relationship, we have put together a long list of resources on our website. Just go to ksat.com/domestic violence. The Women's Shelter also has a crisis 24/7 line, and that number is 210-733-8810.
And time now is 6:15, and from this angle, it looks like there are more vehicles on the roadway. Let's check in with Justin Horn.
Yeah, right on schedule. We're starting to see things pick up out there. A little more traffic on a lot of our highways and byways this morning. As we look at TransGuide here, thankfully, everyone still appears to be moving at posted speeds. I-10 and Probant looks pretty good. Maybe a little hazy there. And we have seen some spots where there's some drizzle, so there could be a couple of slick spots. As we look at the maps, that incident that we had at 281 at the quarry, good news here. It looks like they're getting this cleared pretty quick. It is a minor crash, and it has not caused any slowdowns. And then we still have that slowdown out there on 410, although it looks better now. We had some reds earlier, now it's just yellow. So I think this is, whatever it was, is clearing up. Those are the two incidents that we had. Otherwise, again, everything looks pretty good. We'll go back to TransGuide. Actually, let me pass this along real quick. 1604 on the northwest side, near I-10, that interchange, it's going to be rather slow this weekend. There's some closures along 1604. I-10 westbound Bidders to Lock Hill Selma, and then I-10 eastbound UTSA Boulevard, essentially, over to Bidders. These segments will be closed for construction. Now, I will say, nothing against TxDOT here, but they put that time limit there, 9 p.m. to Monday at 5 a.m. A lot of times they'll finish some of this stuff early and then reopen it a little bit early. So you'll want to check ahead if you're traveling in this area. But that's the plan this weekend, so know that it will be slow going.
All right, we'll be prepared for that then.
Thank you, Justin.
All right, this morning you want to watch out for maybe a little bit of mist on the roads. You said you saw some this morning.
Yeah, the drizzle was coming down pretty good rate.
Okay, did you guys see it? Yeah, so it's very, very patchy, and we aren't seeing a lot of fog around the area either. Temperatures are, this is what the normal high is this time of year, mid-60s. So, and we're 20 to 25 degrees above the normal low temperature. We're going to start, or end up, I should say, very basically hot and humid. Who likes 78 and humidity in December?
Not me.
Justin Horn.
Okay,
love it.
Just to establish that
Yes,
fact. So,
but that's something for everybody, right?
Yes, because it is all going to be changing by tomorrow with the big front moving on through here. Take a look at this picture and a little elf on the shelf action over there. I love that.
That's cute.
Thank you very much for the KSAT Connect picture. All right, here's a beautiful view of the smokestacks at the quarry, all dressed up in blue for the first full day of Hanukkah. Began at sunset last night, and then, of course, that Christmas tree right there at the Concord Plaza. Lots of clouds hanging around here. All right, here's what's going on with the upper-level steering winds. This is kind of the dividing line, if you will, between the colder air and the very warm air. We've got this somewhat southwesterly flow, and we're on the warm side of it. The humidity is getting pumped on in here. That's going to be the case throughout the day today, first part of the day tomorrow. Then as this big mass of cold air kind of pushes its way down in here, we get the front moving on through. That's going to be noon tomorrow, obviously a little sooner in the hill country, and windy conditions throughout the afternoon, especially then tomorrow night and early on Sunday. The wind's going to actually pick up in the overnight hours, and we'll get the drier air moving in initially. We'll still get up into the 70s tomorrow, but then it's going to cool off pretty quickly. Now, as far as what happens after that, this cold air is going to sort of just cover most of the country. So that's going to keep us on the cool side of things, not bone chilling. We will start off freezing Monday morning here in town, and then temperatures will sort of modify just a little bit going into most all of next week. But we're not going to see, it doesn't look like any spikes in temperatures. There's also going to be this low developing out there to the west, and that's going to start to throw a lot of moisture in here, which is going to give us a chance for some rain by the latter portion of next week. All right. A little bit closer in time over tomorrow, and we start off with a lot of clouds around here. The front moves on through again about noon, clears things out nicely. The humidity drops down very, very quickly, but the wind is really, like I said, going to be picking up throughout the afternoon, and then especially tomorrow night. And look at that, some of these wind gusts tomorrow night, 30, 35 miles per hour, 40 mile per hour wind gusts in portions of the hill country. And with that bone dry air that's going to be in place, fire danger is going to be very high, especially out in the hill country. 78 today, still 76 tomorrow, but it's due in part to some of that drier air that's going to move on in here. So it's going to be a more comfortable 76, if you will, throughout the afternoon hours. And then once the sun goes down, we will cool down. Windy overnight and start off at 40 on Sunday, up to 60, plenty of sunshine, freezing Monday morning, and then temperatures sort of just kind of stabilize a little bit as we go into the middle part of next week, and we are going to have a small chance for a couple of showers by Wednesday and Thursday of next week, and nothing too extreme. Low temperatures will be on the warmer side just because of the extra cloud cover middle of next week, but yeah, this weekend, big changes between tomorrow and then Sunday. 35-degree difference.
More like December.
Yeah, first freeze of the season. We're about a week late.
Here in town,
over a week
yes.
late.
Hill country, yeah, and it'll be a close call. You know, some areas won't be freezing here in town, but this is what we're going for right there at the airport by Monday morning.
Well, we'll have time to prepare.
Yes, we do.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mike. It's 6:20 and 65 degrees.
And just ahead, police departments across the country are using a new way to catch thieves who are stealing holiday gifts off your porch. That's next in your GMA First Look.
This is how it feels to do more and can help improve lung function for better breathing in as little as 2 weeks. Dupixent helps prevent asthma attacks and can even reduce or eliminate oral steroids. Imagine that. Dupixent can cause allergic reactions that can be severe. Get help right away if you have rash, chest pain, worsening shortness of breath, tingling, or numbness in your limbs. Tell your doctor about new or worsening joint aches and pain or a parasitic infection. Don't change or stop asthma medicines, including steroids, without talking to your doctor. Who knows what you can do when you do more with less asthma? Ask your doctor about Dupixent, the most prescribed biologic for asthma.
officers hurt by suspected drunk drivers are doing okay today. Getting caught drunk driving could cost you upwards of $17,000, and that's not all.
Attorney fees are more expensive. Your insurance is more expensive, especially if you end up on probation. Your fees for that will cost you more.
Watch the full story on KSAT.com and KSAT's YouTube page.
In this morning's GMA First Look, Porch pirate crackdown.
Generally, after Thanksgiving through Cyber Monday through Christmas, our package thefts increase substantially.
Police in Bel Air, Texas, outside Houston, announcing on their Facebook page last week, Operation Catch Grinch, working with willing residents and fed-up business owners to place trackers and cameras in 3 different locations.
Normally, we would deploy, multiple resources out there to try to catch some of our crooks when they're doing this and be a little bit more proactive. Now we can monitor them remotely, and once the package is activated, then we can deploy the resources to go capture our bad guys and recapture our packages.
And this isn't the only community taking action against porch pirates. Coming up at 7 a.m., we'll tell you how other law enforcement agencies across the country are working to protect your packages. With your GMA First Look, I'm Trevor Ault, ABC News, New York.
In your morning consumer headlines, topic tags on Threads. Meta is adding them to its ex-competitor, making it easier for people to find conversations that interest them. Threads tags are different than hashtags. They can contain spaces and special characters, and users are limited to 1 tag per post.
WhatsApp is expanding its self-destructing feature to voice messages. Users will soon be able to send View 1 voice notes. It's designed to disappear once the user gets it.
And users of Google Podcasts have just a few months to find an alternative. Google is phasing out podcasts by April. The company is urging users to transfer pod subscriptions to YouTube Music and offering an export feature to help with that move.
It's 6:26 and 65 degrees.
Let's look out there with TransGuide this morning. Things were looking good earlier, and right now they look pretty good at I-35. Also here in this shot as well. We're going to get a check-in with Justin Horn very soon.
Taking a look outside with live cam. Oh, it's a muggy morning at 65 degrees, right at 6:30 this morning. But Mike says, hey, we have a cool front coming in, even possible freeze come Monday. He'll explain that in just a bit.
That's right. We're excited about that. Good morning. Happy Friday. It's December 8th.
We made it to Friday.
Yes, we did. And I mean, it was a nice week. The afternoons were beautiful, but I think today's going to be a little warmer, right, Mike?
Oh, very, very warm. Downright hot today. I mean, we're going to be anywhere from 10 to 15 degrees above normal. We're 20 some odd degrees above normal right now. This is what the high should be today. And yes, the humidity, you can almost cut it with a knife. And we've got plenty of clouds out there as well. Temperature right now is, again, 66. Again, that is the normal high this time of year. Normal low is 44. So do the math, way above that. That number, the dew point, the measure moisture in the atmosphere, has really come up overnight as expected. Southerly wind, 7 miles per hour. Not much in the way of any fog, just a hint of it around Castroville, a little bit more further on out to the west. We also have some mist around the area this morning, just little patches here and there. So just kind of be on the lookout for that as you're heading into work or school. Everybody's in the mid 60s right now. And as far as the allergens, mold is on the low side. The updated count's going to come out in about an hour or so. So fog, mist this morning, very warm, very humid, upper 70s later on today. It's going to stay very warm and humid overnight and to start off tomorrow. Then that front's going to move through, obviously sooner in the hill country, looking at noon here in town. Will clear out nicely. Humidity is going to drop off initially, and then the winds will begin to pick up. Now, with the drier air, we're still going to make it up into the mid 70s. Dry air heats up a lot more easily. Then, obviously, the colder air is going to settle on in here. The wind is going to be picking up, though, especially going in toward dinner time, and then tomorrow night, overnight into early Sunday. very gusty. We're going to be seeing wind gusts about 30, 35, close to 40 miles per hour in some places overnight tomorrow night. Start off windy on Sunday. Wind chills are definitely going to be a factor because we'll be down around 40. Gorgeous day on Sunday then. And yes, we will be looking at freeze here in town by Monday morning and then staying kind of coolish throughout most all of next week. All those details coming up in just a couple of minutes. Traffic Authority. Mr. Horn is behind the wheel this morning. What's going on, sir?
The road's pretty good. The way I see it, you have time to go make a taco run for us. I'll Venmo you.
Ooh, okay.
Make it happen. We look out on the freeways right now. Everything looks good. 6:30 is kind of a magic number, though, around San Antonio. That's when things really start to pick up. I'm noticing on 90, where it's typical, we're starting to see some of those brake lights as you get a little closer to downtown. So the typical slowdowns are starting to take shape. There you see 90 at Couples. You're starting to see some brake lights there. The congestion perhaps picking up a bit. 281 in Tacoma looks good there. We did have a minor incident earlier on 281 that has since cleared, it appears. So all good there. And then, of course, the Y, which will get congested a little bit later. It's not there yet. Here's a look at the map. That was that incident earlier on 281. Honestly, it looks a lot better, and it was minor. I do want to point out, though, along 151 here, we have some construction that's causing a few slowdowns in the eastbound lanes there along 151 as you're coming into town on your morning commute. Otherwise, again, one more check. Transguide, 35 at Flores, looks good there. And again, 35 Southwest Military looks good too. We'll have more updates if anything pops up coming up, guys.
Justin, thank you. We're on the scene of some late-breaking news, a call about a shooting.
San Antonio police have roped off part of a neighborhood street called Elaine Drive. That's not far from Rigsby Avenue and W.W. White Road.
Our Katrina Weber is live out there. So, Katrina, what have you found out?
Well, I can tell you what we see. We haven't had a chance to talk to police yet. They just finished roping off this area. We have EMS on the scene, and all eyes seem to be on that car right there in the middle of this crime scene, the door wide open. Police did get this call about 15 minutes ago or so about a shooting in progress. We heard them talking about someone who possibly had been shot, and then we heard them calling on the scanner for EMS to arrive. And so this is what we found here. We have some neighbors out here. We're going to try to see if we can talk to them. We also had a sergeant just arrive here on the scene, and he's getting briefed right now on the situation, and then presumably he'll share some information with us. But again, a very active crime scene just unfolding here in this Eastside neighborhood. And so we are just trying to find out exactly what happened. But we do know that at least one person was shot here this morning. Again, as soon as we get some information, we'll be able to update you. Reporting live on the East Side, Katrina Weber, KSAT 12 News.
Thank you, Katrina. New this morning, San Antonio firefighters tell us a woman in her 60s was hurt in a fire on the city's east side. Now, flames were spotted just after 3 a.m. in the 1700 block of East Crockett Street near North New Braunfels. Crews tell us that around 70% of the home was damaged. A woman who lived there was treated at the scene for smoke inhalation. Now, she is expected to be okay. The damage to the house is believed to be around $65,000.
Also new this morning, two brothers are in jail after stealing a fellow youth football league parent's gun while restraining and then beating him. So take a look at your screen. These are the brothers, Jaquan and Jayon McBride. The victim and Jaquan met up at Converse City Park to talk about issues on the youth league their children both play in, as well as a post the victim allegedly made about Jaquan's son. That's when an argument broke out and Jayon showed up. When the victim tried to leave, the brothers restrained him, beat him, and grabbed his gun from a car. The victim's wife, who was following her husband, threw herself on him to get the brothers to stop. That's when the two took off with his gun. Both are charged with aggravated robbery.
San Antonio police need help finding a woman accused of setting a man on fire. They say on Tuesday she went to a Quick Trip store. This is on Howard and Maple Streets north of downtown, where she pumped gasoline into a cup and dumped it on a man nearby and lit it on fire. That man was seriously hurt. If you know this woman or anything that can help police find her, you are asked to call Crime Stoppers.
The man you see here, Shane James Jr., on your screen right now, is accused of killing 6 people, including his own parents. Court records obtained by KSAT Investigates show mounting red flags in this case before the multi-county murder spree even happened. So charging paperwork from Shane James in 2022 domestic violence arrest in Bexar County show his bond was reduced twice. After first being ordered to have no contact with his parents and a sibling, James' bond was amended. He was told to have no harmful contact with them. Deputies had a chance to arrest James on 3 warrants at his home in Port Royal in late August. Instead, deputies left the home and asked his father to call them back when things calmed down. So on Tuesday, the bodies of James' parents were found in the Port Royal home in East Bexar County. Investigators say James killed them along with 4 other people in Austin. We will continue to follow this story as new developments unfold. You can stay up to date with us on air and online over at ksat.com.
And looking ahead, the San Antonio City Council and CPS Energy will now officially force you to pay more money to keep your lights on. San Antonio City Council approved the second CPS Energy rate hike in 2 years.
You better watch out, you better not cry, you better not pout, I'm telling you why. CPS is raising your rates.
The 4.25% bump to the gas and electric base rates will give CPS another $85 million each year. The utility says it plans to use the money to replace aging technology, keep up with growth, and prepare to transition a coal plant to natural gas.
You know, CPS has made a convincing case. I don't think this is a matter of if, it's a matter of how.
Now, CPS says you can expect the rate increase to start in February.
And my understanding, Steph, is that rate's going to be about an average $5 increase on our customers' bills.
Yeah, so a little bit more to expect next year.
Okay. Meanwhile, nonprofits across San Antonio say military families are more likely to feel grief, isolation, or sadness during the holidays.
Now, if you've been feeling this way, you're not alone. Avery Everett shows us how to start that conversation in your own home.
It is okay not to be okay during the holiday.
A simple saying Dr. Marciela Sosa wants to stick this season.
Grieving is especially difficult during these times of rejoicing.
Data shows that 64% of people who have mental illnesses say their conditions get worse during this time of year. And groups here in San Antonio say, especially for veterans, those feelings of grief, depression, or even survivor's guilt can get worse during the holidays.
It's important just to normalize that these feelings that come up, these stressors, are normal for any human.
Deployments, frequent moves, and missing those who have died in duty are all common causes of these feelings. Rhonda Gaston says she sees it in the service members and families she works with every day. And for those without family and without shelter, Fred Alvarado with Broken Warriors Angels says community support is a necessity.
They had no family. The family don't want them. They miss their families. So this is what we're doing, something for them.
The same feelings, but a different situation. Alvarado says that's why showing up for those in need can be so important.
They're not alone, that we're here for them.
Gaston says talking about lives lost, listening to people's feelings, and learning more about mental health can all be places to start.
There are still ways to seek help without fully seeing an individual therapist.
It's not a simple topic, but it is one that Dr. Sosa says needs more attention here in San Antonio.
The fact is that we don't get over our grief. We just continue moving with our grief.
Avery Everett, KSAT 12 News.
It's 6:40 and 65 degrees.
Trans-Siberian Orchestra is here in San Antonio for the weekend, and just ahead we're going to look at what it takes to put on the show.
We'll be Every year, Trans-Siberian Orchestra tours nationwide, helping people get in the holiday spirit.
KSAT 12 producer Haley Powers shows us how it works and why they're excited to be back in San Antonio.
From the music to the lights, the singing and production, Trans-Siberian Orchestra is a nostalgic event for many families. Founded in 1995 by the late Paul O'Neill, the orchestra takes music from classical greats like Mozart and Beethoven and mixes them with rock. Add in some poetry and some lights, and you have yourself a special holiday show.
But there's nothing ordinary about what we do when we're fusing together a Mozart symphony and a little bit of that.
This year, TSO is bringing back The Ghost of Christmas Eve. Musical director Al Petrelli says you can expect great music, an emotional story, and an overall beautiful show.
And let me tell you, I saw the production for the first time last night. Insane. So much fun.
Petrelli says he is excited to bring the show back to San Antonio. TSO first performed in the Alamo City in 2001 and has played every year since. Petrelli says our city will always hold a special place in his heart.
You helped put us on the map. You know, I remember coming down there for the first time and the reaction was overwhelming. The folks come out and it's not people coming to a rock concert. It's almost like a community gathering to celebrate the holidays again.
Over a month and a half, TSO will travel with 2 bands across the United States, performing simultaneously. During the show, you get a chance to meet those who make it possible.
Why would the audience know how many people it takes to put this together? So that's why we introduce the crew every night.
Since its touring debut, TSO has performed more than 2,000 winter tour shows. Haley Powers, KSAT 12 News.
Trans-Siberian Orchestra will be here in San Antonio on December 9th, playing not 1, but 2 shows.
So tickets are still on sale for the performances this weekend, and you can learn more about the shows by going to our website at ksat.com.
All right, Justin, you said there's a rollover incident over near Hildebrand and 281?
Yes, this is just coming in. Of course, we had an incident earlier on 281. This is a new one near Hildebrand. It is coming in as a rollover. So it's actually right about here. This is Almost Drive. It's that stretch between the quarry and Hildebrand where we have this rollover in the southbound lanes along 281. And it is really starting to cause some backups. We're just starting to get information on this. We're not seeing it on TransGuide yet, but know that if you're headed south on 281, this is already a congested area. It's about to get worse. So you may want to take a different route around this if you can. Know that there are not a lot of exits between the quarry and Hildebrand, so you can kind of get stuck there. But as we get more information, we'll certainly pass it along. Meantime, looks like we've got a stall here along 151 along with some construction. So that's causing a slowdown there in the eastbound lanes. That's going to cause some headaches as you head into downtown. And then we have our normal slowdowns along 90 there that are starting to pick up as you head into town. So starting to see the traffic pick up quite a bit more. And we'll look at TransGuide again. We don't have a shot of that 281 crash just yet, but you'll notice there along 281 a lot of brake lights once we do see get some eyes on that. Meantime, on the northwest side this weekend, this is the other big story. 1604, there will be some shutdowns, 9 p.m. Friday to 5 a.m. Monday. I-10 westbound Bitters to Lock Hill, Selma. And then I-10, I should not say I-10, it should be 1604. Let me correct myself there. 1604 westbound Bitters to Lock Hill, Selma. And then 1604 eastbound UTSA Boulevard to Bitters. There's going to be some closed areas shut down there that will cause some big backups.
But from I-10.
From I-10, yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Correct.
Very good.
Thank you, Justin.
All right, it is very warm and humid out there. Boy, you sure don't need a jacket. And we've had a couple of beautiful sunrises, not necessarily this morning, but I love this picture. And the cat is just very content right now. Just kind of
I see him.
looking over the backyard, hoping that the humans don't arise. Thank you I love that backyard. Thank you very much for that picture. All right, we're not even seeing any sort of glow off in the distance there of the before the sun comes up because a lot of clouds hanging around. We're going to keep a lot of clouds around this morning. Temperatures are, well, we're at the normal high right now at 66 degrees, so we're not going to move all that much. We'll gain a few degrees, obviously, by noon. Some sunshine. We'll see some holes in the clouds here and there, and we'll make it all the way up to 78. So very warm. Very humid all day long, all night, and to start off tomorrow morning with plenty of clouds. Probably some more mist. We've had a couple of spots of mist around the area this morning as well. Then the front's going to move through the hill country first of all here in town right around noon and then continue off to the south and east. And initially, the wind is going to be shifting around. It's going to be breezy, but the wind will definitely pick up as the afternoon rolls on going into tomorrow night. And as the front moves on through, first of all, today we've got all that humidity out there, like I said, in through tomorrow. Then front moves on through. Drier air comes on in here. Dry air heats up a lot more easily than the moist air does. So that's going to then allow, despite the fact the front moves through, allow us to get up into the mid 70s again tomorrow. Then temperatures will be dropping off as we go into tomorrow night and bone dry air comes in. So that's, yeah, it's going to be a lot more comfortable, but with the windy conditions, that's going to make for some very high fire danger, especially out in portions of the hill country. So the front moves through, like I said, the wind shifts around, gets breezy in the afternoon, and then notice how the wind gusts really start to pick up as we go into dinner time, and then tomorrow night, and especially in the overnight hours, we're going to be seeing wind gusts 30, 35, 40 miles per hour around the area. Again, that combined with that dry air, and the fact we haven't had any rain really to speak of, that's going to really create a high fire danger, especially off to the west. Now, let's jump ahead to next week, Wednesday, Thursday. That would be our next chance for some rain around here. So we are seeing long-range computer models at least give us that chance for a couple of showers toward the latter portion of next week. Also, temperatures are going to be staying somewhat on the normal side, especially high temperatures. Low by next week, more humidity. They'll be staying kind of mild. But today, 78, 76 tomorrow. Very warm and humid today, but tomorrow's 76 will be more comfortable after that front moves on through here, and then temperatures are going to be dropping off. So if you are heading out tomorrow late afternoon, perhaps down to the river right there for the River of Lights.
You'll be there.
Yes, I'm going to be there and kind of emceeing things. Going to be a lot of fun. They're going to have snow there as well, and band, everything. Yes, take a jacket because it'll cool off quickly, and then very windy overnight and a freeze Monday morning.
And a festive scarf.
Yes, indeed.
Yes, of course.
Thank you, Mike. 6:51 and 65 degrees. Taking a look outside with live cam. Sun not quite up yet this morning. You can kind of see that humidity hanging around. Hey, one more time we'll check in with Justin and Mike before Good Morning America starts.
Good morning. I'm Katrina Weber, live at the scene of a shooting that police say was connected to a carjacking. Let me give you a look at what's happening here in the 100 block of a lane. Now, this is not far from W.W. White and Rigsby Avenue. You see police have this area roped off, a car in the middle of the scene, and also some yellow markers on the ground indicating shell casings. Now, this happened a little bit after 6 o'clock this morning. Police say a woman in that car was leaving her home when all of a sudden another car pulled up with two men in ski masks. They jumped out, and police say they tried to carjack her, but they ended up firing shots, hitting the woman, the owner of this car, in her shoulder. She was rushed to a hospital with injuries that they say were not life-threatening. The two gunmen, the carjackers, drove off in their own car, leaving the woman and her car behind. But again, a very active crime scene here. This just happening less than an hour ago. And again, an attempted carjacking that ended with the shooting of the woman who owned the car. Reporting live on the east side, Katrina Weber, KSAT 12 News.
Katrina, thank you. Let's get to the roadways now. And we have one big incident out there along 281. This is near almost just before Hildebrand. We've got a rollover. What's coming in is a rollover. 3 lanes blocked, and traffic is really starting to stack now in the southbound lanes of 281 as you're coming into downtown. Know there will be some big delays there. Also seeing a few delays along 151 and Highway 90 with a little bit of drizzle coming down, Mike.
Yeah, you saw in Katrina's live shot right there, a little bit of drizzle. So just kind of watch that around the area this morning. Fog's not really an issue. 78, very humid today. And then we've got the big front moving through right around noon tomorrow. And it's going to clear us out, but very windy tomorrow, late and overnight into Sunday.
We'll be prepared for it. Thank you, Mike. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you, Justin. Hey, GMA is next at 7. We'll be back here for GMSA at 9.